There's not just one. There's not just two. There's actually three different kinds of offers in compromise that taxpayers can submit and be approved for by the IRS. I'm going to go through them one by one in brief. I'll cover them all in more detail in super long YouTube videos. But first kind is called the Dow's collectability offer in compromise. With this kind of offer in compromise, you are making an offer to the IRS for an amount for less than you owe, making the argument that while you do owe the tax debt, you cannot afford to pay it. And in fact, it's doubtful as to whether or not the IRS will ever be able to collect the full amount of tax debt you owe. And so therefore, the IRS should accept the amount you're offering because it's all you'll be able to pay anyway. That's why this is called the doubt as to collectability offer in compromise. It is by far the most common type of offer in compromise that is submitted to and approved by the IRS. The second kind of offer in compromise is called the doubt as to liability offer in compromise. With this kind of offer in compromise, you're saying the IRS should settle your tax debt for less than you owe because it's doubtful that you even owe all of the tax that the IRS thinks you do. Okay? So it's kind of interesting. You obviously have to make some significant arguments and provide significant documentation for why the IRS has your tax debt wrong, but we do see it happen in some cases. The third and most rare type of offer in compromise that is submitted to and accepted by the IRS is called the effective tax administration offer in compromise, which is an offer in which the taxpayer fully acknowledges that they owe the tax debt and that they have the financial means to pay the tax debt, but it would just be unfair or against public policy or public perception, or it would just make the IRS look bad to demand that this individual pay back their entire tax liability. Okay, we typically see the IRS accept ETA offers in compromise in situations such as where the taxpayer has a terminal, i.e., a terminal illness, i.e., an illness that will result in their death, and they present a real sob story in the ETA offer in compromise, right? Because it's really going to hinge on how good that story and how good the facts and circumstances are. ETA offers in compromise are reviewed by someone in the Washington, D.C. office. They're heavily scrutinized, okay? And they're kind of a Hail Mary of sorts. And if you submit an ETA offer in compromise, you should probably be prepared to be disappointed, though the IRS does accept some of them every year.